there we had sort of a life-changing experience. We actually, because tourists stopped so suddenly, a lot of people lost their main source of income, of course. And then the government had instituted this like travel, not a lockdown, but like usually, there'll be like four people riding on a motorbike. They were saying you're only allowed two, or like on the bus, people had to like space out or socially distance so that not
Oh,
as
geez,
many
that's
people could get on the buses. So
right.
we were in this village that's quite far from any local major center, and suddenly they couldn't get food. They had no income. All of their crops were dying. We were there for a month watching their entire cornfields just die from a drought.
Wow.
So there was just like all this terrible stuff happening. And so all of a sudden one day our host had been in the village and he came back and he was just shaking his head. And I said, what's going on? And he's just like, people are starving. Like they can't even get out of bed. They're so tired and hungry. And I just thought like, well, like we got to do something, and it was
Yeah.
just like there was only like 250 houses in this village, so it was really small. And I said to him, I said, do you have any idea like what we would need to do or what they need for food? And he said, yeah. He said when COVID first started, their organization had provided the village with food for a week, to kind of get them through the initial stages. And so he had numbers and he knew what they needed. And so I said to Chris, I said, like, we have to try something, we can't just, we either leave, we can't just sit here and watch people starve. Like we
No.
either do something or we leave. And I don't know if I could live with myself if we did that. So I ended up going on Facebook, with just sort of a video, like, there's people that are really hungry. We're going to try to get them some food. If you can send $5, I'd be super grateful, this kind of thing. And because of Canada has e-transfers, so all of our banks are kind of linked through the government. And so you can like email money to people right away. And I basically woke up to $3,000 in my bank account the next morning.
Wow. Fantastic.
All my contacts.
I love
So
it.
yeah, so we started that. We did that. I also started a GoFundMe for other people, and we ended up bringing them food for 12 weeks altogether.
Oh,
And
amazing.
yeah,
That's
it was pretty
fantastic.
crazy. Yeah, it was cool.
You
It was
saved the village.